You are listening to the Confidence Chronicles podcast, episode number 29.
Hola, hola. It's your girl Erika from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start reclaiming your confidence. Start standing in your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. I am here to remind you I'm a confidence coach and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hola, what's happening? I am really excited, really happy to be here with you once again and doing this episode because I did part one of this episode. How to Stop Giving a Fuck What People Think About You, part one, which was all about judgment. And it is so interesting, and I really want you to listen to it. So, if you haven't heard that one, please go and listen to it after this, because it's very important that you listen to that, because that is definitely how you stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Part one is all about judgment. Today's episode is How to Stop Giving a Fuck What People Think About You, part two, which is all about people pleasing. And I think that it took me a while to do part two because there's so many episodes that I want to do. But I know that we have a massive issue with looking right in front of others and making sure that we're enough and making sure that others think that we're enough and that we did a good job or that we are pretty or that we are whatever, right? Like, we care so much about what other people think about us. It's insane because we know, and I don't know if you know, but if you don't know, I'm about to tell you that we cannot control other people. We cannot control what they think. We cannot control how they see us. We cannot control anything about another person. Not even your children. You cannot control your children. And not in the way about disciplining them, right? Like, you can't control what they think, feel, say, behave. Like, you can't control it. You can only control yourself, your own. And we have enough trouble controlling our own fucking thoughts and our own results and our own beliefs and behaviors that we have. Imagine trying to control someone else's. You can't. Yet we spend so much fucking time there, don't we? So part two of this, How to Stop Giving a Fuck What People Think About You, we're going to go into people pleasing. Because here is the thing. If you're someone who's like, I really want to stop caring what other people think about me, guess when you can start? Now. But Erika, I've struggled with this for so many years. Okay, I invite you to start now. How hard is it? Not hard at all. To say I'm done right now, I'm going to start right now, say it, and then all you got to do is follow through with it. And in every moment you can be like, I'm done. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done caring what people think about me right now. That's it. And then practice in the real world doing shit that you normally would have worried about. So how does this look? People pleasing is a motherfucker because I wrote so many blogs about this. I've done Q&A Tuesdays about it, and I hadn't done a podcast on it. And it's perfect because so many of us struggle with this. And I don't know if for every single one of us it's something from our childhood, but a lot of it is. A major percentage of it is. It's from our childhood, from our parents, from our upbringing, from how we were raised, how we were told to be and act. And it's crazy because I understand that you don't want to walk around like a big asshole being mean to people, and that's not what I'm saying you have to do. But there has to be an element where you stand up for what you believe in and you stand up for what you want to do and you start pleasing yourself. And you're not doing it just for other people. And here's the thing about people pleasing. You can think that you are pleasing everyone. You know, I'm going to use in-laws. Let's say I have fabulous in-laws, but let's pretend you don't have the most fabulous mother-in-law like I do. And for whatever reason, you're going to do something that you think she'll enjoy or she'll like, and you're people pleasing for her. And then she doesn't like it, or she's still got something to say about it. And you're like, really? I did all of this for you. I thought you were going to enjoy this, or I thought that this wasn't going to bring you into complaining and shit talking mode. And still you do. And here's the thing, whatever you're sacrificing for someone else, you never have a guarantee that they're going to like it, that they're going to be pleased, air quotes, that they're going to agree with what you said. You know, when you do things for people, when you say yes when you should say no to yourself, and you please someone else, air quotes, because you don't even know if you can please anyone else. You think you are. You think that's what they want. and then your expectation, which is a dangerous word, capital E, expectation, doesn't get met, then you get pissed off. And then you get upset, and then you get resentful. And it's insane, because at the end of the day, the person that you need to please is yourself. And when did that shit become mean? When did saying no become mean? Is it because you judge people that say no to you? You think they're mean, so now you can't say no. Right? People pleasing is crazy. It brings so much anxiety because you're constantly trying to make sure someone else is okay. And you're actually not okay yourself. And I'm like, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I know you've heard that before. Someone else said that, right? Like, you got to be full, and then whatever's pouring out of you, that's what you give. And it sounds greedy, but I promise you it's not. Because if you're not okay, no one's okay. If you don't have your fucking mask on in the airplane, how they say put your mask on first, you're going to be dead as fuck. You can't help anybody. You know, one of my mentors used to say, you cannot get poor enough to help the poor. You cannot get sick enough to help the sick. If you're going to help sick people, you got to be well. If you're going to help poor people, you got to have some money. If you're going to help someone lose weight, you need to not be overweight yourself. Like, you need to be able to show them the way by you being the way. Hey, look over here, I did it. This is how I did it. As opposed to, fuck, we're both broke over here. We're both broken. We're both, overweight. We're both sick. How two sick people going to get cured? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you cannot get sick enough to help the sick. You got to rise above and do for you. And there's this crazy ass stigma that's been created around it, where like you can't say no, or you can't do for yourself. Or as a woman, we need to nurture and care for other people, and we're last. Fuck, how's that working out for you? It's ridiculous. And if you got kids, forget about it. Like, we live in the world, and I say this all the time, and my friends think I'm hilarious. We live in a world where it's 2018, it's about to be 2019. I'm recording this in November 2018. We got the new iPhone XS has come out. New technology, all kinds of new technology. And still, we got old school ways. And I'm like, you got a fucking iPhone, and you're serving dinner to your husband first so that he can eat, and then you eat after him? Like, that's old school shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, because you want the technology, you want Netflix and fucking iPhones and all this Google Home, and you're doing old school shit. And I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it that we are in the era right now of information where anything you want to know and find out is available, and we're still doing old school shit. Like playing small and people pleasing and this is because your parents taught you, and because you're Italian or you're Greek or you're Latino or you're fucking Sri Lankan or you're any religion, any race, basically, insert here, right? Like, I get it. I get that that's how we were conditioned. I get that that's what we learned. You have got to wake up to yourself and put yourself first. You have got to. Because guess what? You will never please anyone. And how do you know you're pleasing them? You don't know. They can say, yeah, I really like it. They could be lying. Or they could say nothing, and then you're constantly trying to make it better for them or figure out if they enjoy it or not. You know, you're constantly not good enough. You're constantly, and if you always say yes, and I just did a podcast on this, I'm sure you've seen it. You teach people how to treat you. If you always say yes, and you're always like, yep, it's okay. Like, you have to let go. You have to learn to let go and let people be wrong about you, and let people get you wrong, and let people's opinions about you in your own eyes be wrong. Let them think they're right. Who cares? You're not going to convince somebody if they think you're not good enough, or they think you're too fat, or they think you're too short, or they think red lipstick doesn't look good on you. I was in a relationship, my last relationship before my husband, and the mother said to me that, oh, red lipstick doesn't suit you. I don't know if I said it on the podcast already or not. I'm sorry if I did. I'm going to say it again, because I do so much Q&A Tuesday, all these videos and shit, so if it's a repeat, good. So she's like, oh, red lipstick doesn't look good on you. And I'm like, okay, and I wouldn't wear the red lipstick. And like, I love red lipstick, and it looks amazing on me. It looks amazing on me. I'm just going to go ahead and say it does, because I feel like it does. Red, pink, orange. I love bright lips. And forever, I didn't wear it. But then, would she be happy? No. Then she would pick on something else. You shouldn't do this. This and this. And it's like, am I actually going to ever please that woman? Or am I going to die trying? Or should I just enjoy my life and say, fuck you, and do what I want to do anyway? And at least I'll be happy. And guess what? It's your life. You deserve to be happy. Nobody else. It's your life. If you enjoy something and you don't want to do something else, it's okay for you to say you don't want to do it. Because you're not even properly pleasing the people. It's not good enough for them. And they want something else, and then they want more, and then you get exhausted and you get anxiety. because you don't know if you're doing it right. And you feel like you're wrong all the time. And I'm like, that's exhausting. Let's leave that shit alone. So I really cannot tell you enough. I wrote a blog on this if you want to read it. It's on the website, To All the People Pleasers, it's called. And it's like, you gotta please you. And here's the thing. What if you said no to someone? And in the blog, there's a little exercise that you can do. And I'm going to tell you what it is now. If you're lazy like me and you don't want to go to the blog, you just want to hear it now. So there's a little exercise that I tell my women, my clients, and I say, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if? Think about a situation where you're people pleasing and now you don't want to because you listen to the podcast and you're like, I'm done. Fuck this. Thank you, Erika, for the loving bitch slap. I'm over it. I'm finished people pleasing. Think about the thing you need to do. Think about it. And the bigness of it, even though it's not going to be big, but the bigness of, I'm going to say no to my mother-in-law. I'm going to tell my dad no. I'm going to stop babysitting those kids. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to take more shifts at work and not get paid more. Whatever it is, the people-pleasing thing. And I want you to write down what would happen if you did the opposite. Like, what would happen if you didn't do that anymore? What would happen? Oh, my mother-in-law would be angry at me. Okay, write that down. And then I want you to write, and then what? What would happen then? Oh, well, my sister would get pissed off at me and maybe she won't talk to me. Okay, and then what? Well, then she'll get over it. And then what? Well, then she'll tell my mom and my mom will be angry. Okay, and then what? Like, go all the way until the end. And you will notice that nothing, like, you're not going to die. All that's going to happen, someone's going to get angry. You're going to get over it. Then they're going to be fine and it's going to be all good. Like, it's okay. Nothing crazy is going to happen. And I'm telling you, I've wrote this out many times. Like, oh my God, if I say that, then this is going to happen. And then what? Then this is going to happen. Okay. And then what? And if you follow the trail of and then what, it's not as big as what we think it is. And the fear of us, like, disappointing people is not real. It's not as massive, crazy, upsetting, and scary that we think it is when you boil it down. And then you go, cool, I'm standing up for myself. And it could be little mini things. I want you, after this podcast, to exercise small people, like anti-people pleasing muscles, like small muscles. Like if someone asks you to do something and you want to say no, but you usually say yes, go like, no, I can't come. If you got to lie, just whatever you got to do initially to get the small little muscles working, because it's going to be a muscle. You haven't used it. You've been teaching people how to treat you your whole time that you've been doing this, and they think it's okay, and now you're going to be like, no. So start small. Start with a small no. Start with a small no thank you. Start with a small I can't do it. And continue onward with that and see how you go. Get a little bit of momentum, right? Consistency. And you will start to see that you only say yes to the things that you want to do, and the things that you want to see, and the things you want to spend money on and experience, and the people you want to be with. And people pleasing is not going to do anything for you. If you continue to do this shit, you're going to get the same results. And complain for what? You might as well just take the advice on, change your shit, and not be doing it anymore. And I promise you, like, when you're not worried about trying to please someone, you're going to do what you want to do. And then you don't give a fuck. And then you're like, who cares? They always complain anyway. Who gives a fuck? You get like angry and you just go, I don't care, I'm doing it anyway. And then that's when you're in that space of I don't care what people think. Because when you know that you can't control what people think, then you let go of the caring of what they think. That's the secret, if I'm honest. But it takes time. So the judgment and, that episode about the judgment, and then the people pleasing and letting that go. And finally, the final step is you are aware that you cannot change how anybody thinks or feels. You can't. And when you go, you know what? I'm going to let that shit go and I'm going to let that shit sink in. Then you just go, shit, why am I trying? What is the point? This is exhausting. Why not make myself happy? I know what I want. I know what I like. I know what I appreciate. Why don't I do that for myself instead of spending all my energy and time and money trying to do it with someone else when you have no clear idea if they're enjoying it or not? And even if they said they were, you don't know. And we can't change anybody's thoughts, my love. You can't change no man. You can't change no friends. You can't change your parents. You cannot change anybody. You can change yourself. You can be the light. You can be an inspirer of people, and people see you and want to change and shift. But you can't make anybody drink the fucking Kool-Aid. You got to be like, listen, I'm going to drink my own. I'll lead you to the cup. There it is. If you're thirsty, drink it. But you can't does that make sense? Like, you can't make and force that upon anyone else. but you can work on your shit, sort yourself out, and please yourself. And I'm telling you, when you do that, it's a game changer. Because then you get around the people that want that for you, and they're the same to you, and you don't have to worry about anybody else and pleasing them and making sure they're okay, because you create a new environment around you that wants you to be happy, genuinely. So stop teaching people how to treat you in that space of people pleasing and stand in what the fuck you want, and realize that there's nothing crazy that's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. You're going to build fantastic momentum. All right, y'all. I just want to say thank you to my beautiful listeners in Spain and in Italy and in America and all over Australia. Like, y'all are freaking the jam. And some of you have just found the podcast. And a lot of you have found it on Spotify, which is so interesting because Spotify has become the new place, I think, to listen. So thank you. I love you so damn much. If you are in Melbourne, our sisterhood has like 25 members, which is insane. If you don't know what the sisterhood is, it's my coaching group that I've launched for 2019. We do live in-person events, and it's amazing. And if you are in Melbourne and you want to get in, or you want to find out about it, you need to head over to the website, thequeenofconfidence.com, and check it out. If you're in the sisterhood, which I know some of you are listening, get ready, girlfriend. Buckle up. 2019 is going to be huge. It's going to be the jam. I send you so much love, and I'm gratitude and love and thanks. And I love you. Have a gorgeous day. Take care of yourself. Stop doubting yourself. You're fucking awesome and amazing, okay? You got this shit. This shit you're listening to is not just listening. It's sinking into your body, into your subconscious, into your whole cellular fucking body. And it's going to make sure that you do this shit. I promise you. Keep listening. Keep actioning. You're the bomb, and I will speak to you in the next podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your time, your ears, your support, your love, your questions. Please connect. Head over to Instagram at The Queen of Confidence or Facebook at The Queen of Confidence and hit me up. Or if you're not on Facebook or Instagram, email me, yo. My email is Erika at thequeenofconfidence.com. I cannot wait to hear from you. I thank you. I love you. This podcast is for you. Go out there and be great, y'all.